Hola chicos, welcome, karibu, bienvenidos. My name is Valentine.
Hi guys, this is your man David again.
Welcome back if you're new to this channel, and thank you so much for the returning subscribers. We appreciate. Please, if you like this video, remember to subscribe. Today we are going to talk about the culture shock in Spain, and this is a disclaimer, and this only applies to me. These are the things that I experienced by myself, and I found them a little bit different from what I'm used to. So let's go straight into the video. And to our first point, we're going to talk about greetings. So in Spain, the normal greetings, how they do, is with 2 kisses. This is how they greet. For me, it took a little bit of time for me to get used to, because I'm only used, like, if it's a greeting with a kiss, it's only like one side, like, you know, and with the hug and the hand in hand to that greeting things, they are very touchy as well. Like, they're people who are very expressive. They're very expressive with their feeling. Like, when they talk, you might just find someone like holding your thigh, like,
just put the hand like this for no reason with another person.
Yeah, just like when explaining it, like, you know, they're very touchy, so it is normal. With the opposite sex or with the same sex, all of them are the same. So don't take it wrongly. This is how it is. Nothing
I had to
wrong.
warn him before coming. Like,
he gave me a disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. When I come back to Spain, people is gonna hug me and a lot, and for a long time. So don't think it's anything. It's just the way we are. We're very touchy people.
Yeah.
Spanish people is loud.
Oh Jesus, loud. Yes. Spanish people are loud.
No, we are not.
Spanish people are loud. So we had gone to this bar that is nearby, and we sat down, and we found people. They were seated like they were like maybe 3 to 4 meters away from us. So they started talking slowly. Like, when we were there, they started talking slowly, but slowly by slowly, the sound started going up, and I'm like, are they fighting? Like, they're so loud. Like, why are they talking so loud? And then other people started coming in the bar. A lot of people started coming, different places, and then the chaos began. People are shouting, "Hombre, ¿qué pasa?" You know, like, they from this. If this one's shouting, the other ones are like loud. Like, the higher you go, the higher they are. It's like, if you shout, I can shout better than you. Yo,
it's a competition.
Escúchame. You know, like, people were shouting, and the worst part is, like, I do not understand. So for me, I'm like, it's like when you hear kids making a lot of noise and you want to sleep. So it was like noise to me. People are shouting. I do not understand what they're saying. They're here shouting and whatever. Actually, David is not loud when we are with him. But when he goes outside with his friends, and when we're meeting his friends or other people, the Spanish reveals itself. Like, he starts speaking so loud, and I'm just like, what happened?
The way we talk with the hands, with the whole body.
They start talking with the hands, like, a ver, no sé, you know. Doing the hand. And I remember I was telling David, baby, you people speak with hands, and they're like, no, it's not us, it's the Italians. I'm like, baby, you speak with the hands, because they keep on doing that. If you have met Spanish people, please put in the comment section below if they don't do this. No sé, you know. If you have met Spanish people and they did that, please put in the comment section below, because David doesn't believe when I tell him this. He still says no, but they do. They do.
It's true, we do.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly like, it's not it's like a competition, you know, like you want to be the loudest, you want your voice to be heard in the bar.
They want the voice
to be heard. So if somebody
in
the next table is talking louder, you're not gonna just tell him politely to, can you please be more quiet because I'm talking with my friends. No, you're gonna shout louder than him and make more gestures with the hands.
I know. So Spanish are loud. When you come here, expect that. If you're a quiet person, sorry, this is not the place. Spanish is spoken everywhere, and in some places that you might expect to find people speaking English, you might not find. So I will advise anyone who is planning to come to Spain, just check on YouTube the basic thing question that you can be asked in the airport. Because for me, I actually don't know. Thank God I was coming with David in the airport, but we had different lines, like, because he's Spanish and I'm not Spanish, so we were on different lines. So they spoke to me in Spanish. I don't know what I said, but I don't know what I said, but yeah, they were speaking in Spanish. At least you know what they're gonna ask you. Like, they were just looking at the passport and they're asking things. I'm just like, you know.
I would say most young people, they speak English, not perfect. Like, But
Yeah,
more or
they
less,
speak-
you know, like the chapurrea, no, that we say in Spanish. They speak barely.
Yeah, they speak English, but they don't believe in themselves. This is the problem. Like,
Yeah.
you will speak to someone in English, they are talking well, but they'll be like, mi inglés es muy peor, no?
Muy malo.
Muy malo, yeah?
Sí.
So yeah, like they don't believe they're speaking good English, but in real sense they do speak good English. It's just that they don't believe it, and they're used to speaking Spanish all the time. So
Because in high school we learn English, but we don't practice
They don't
it.
practice
we
it,
don't
yeah.
have conversation.
it's like the Kenyans who learn French and Spanish in school, in high school, like you just learn it when you're doing exam and you practice it when you have an exam, but you don't really talk it outside.
Exactly.
Now, another thing that I'm going to talk about is timing, and I'm going to relate it with food. Timing and food in the same category. So in Spain, they do things very late. In that, for instance, like a lunch, they have lunch like okay. The only thing that is normal, I would say, maybe breakfast, depending because people are going
you
to
have
work.
when you wake up. If you are going to work, you must have 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Whenever you're going to work.
Yeah. So for lunch, they take it like around from 2:30 or from 3.
I would say from 2 to 3 more or less.
Yeah,
you have
between
lunch.
2 to 3 until 4 people are having lunch. And then, bombshell, the dinner. They have dinner as from 10 p.m. girl. Like if you're hungry in Spain and you're waiting to eat, especially if you're waiting to eat like maybe as a family, you will wait until 10, my friend. So you just have, but actually it's because I think I realize it's because they have snacks like in between. You really have like they snack a lot.
It also depends. Like for example, maybe because she lives with me, I'm a disaster with the time, with the schedules and everything.
Our timing, we are not following Spanish time for us. We are not at all. We eat sometimes at 12 midnight or at 7, depending on how we feel.
At night you eat snacks. I don't know. We are a mess, guys.
We're just like all over. We don't follow anything. But this is what happens. We don't follow anything.
That's why in Spain I would say we don't have very big dinner. You know, like it's not a huge meal.
Yeah, that brings us to food actually.
Right after you're gonna go to sleep, so you cannot have like a whole 2-3 plates in your stomach. You know?
Like I'm telling you guys, in Kenya, breakfast. I think all meals are important in Kenya, but most important one is the dinner, I would say. But in Spain, it's actually totally opposite. I remember when I came, we went to have dinner, so they brought like the croquetas, the things that I had mentioned in some of our videos, the croquetas and sahakobo, ham and cheese, so they had brought it on the tables, okay? So for me, I know that this is a starter, to be honest. I'm innocent, this is my first day in Spain. But no, this is the dinner. People are eating this and they're going to sleep, so I finish and I'm asking David, maybe are we gonna have the main dish like where's the other food?
It's true, man. And
That was the dinner.
I had to tell you, like, because in Kenya I would say like you prepare different plates and all
Yeah,
that.
in our
Some
house,
regions in Spain they do, but for example in the south of Spain we eat mostly one dish, one meal, you know.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh my god, this is what I'll be eating for dinner. This is it, and I'm done. But he told me it's okay, baby. If you wanna eat something else, it's fine. You eat it because he knows I love food. I love food. For those who don't know, if you're new to this channel, I'm a foodie. I love food a lot. So if you wanna make me like, if you want this to end, just deny me food. I love food.
That one really affected you. The one for the food, man.
It really affected me. I was affected and I was very stressed that night. Another thing that not many people would like to hear, so it's about the bills. So in Spain, it's normal to split bills. Like let's say for instance in Kenya, or I would say many African countries if I'm not wrong, people just assume that the guy is the one who's going to pay the bill. But in Spain, what happens, you might go out on a date and the lady will actually just ask for the bill, and they're like they're splitting the bill. Like the guy will pay his bill, the lady will pay his bill. Like it really just depends, but it's not something so shockingly here, because in Kenya mostly when you go out on a date, the waitress will just bring the bill to the guy directly. Directly to the guy. Okay, I think maybe because we are taught like that in school.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person, you know, like there is some guys that like to invite, there are some girls that want to be invited. But there is also women that they're like, no, I'm working, I have my money, I want to pay my own bill, you know.
Yeah, there are people like that. So in Spain, like women don't wait to be, I would say women don't wait to be, their bills to be catered for. Yeah. Most of them just decide to pay it, so they split the bills. I know many people don't like this, but it is what it is. I mean,
it's not everything gonna be perfect. I'm sorry.
In Spain, the guys, mostly because ladies, I understand most ladies, they don't move out early, but for the guys, they move out of their parents' house very late. In that, like, someone will be, you might find someone who's 30 and they're still living with their parents.
Yeah.
But I also understood, because in Spain, houses are not cheap. Like, you really need to have at least a good, not...
Yeah, especially in Madrid. We live in Madrid now, in the region of Madrid.
Yeah.
Madrid is
The
crazy.
houses are very expensive. So at some point I'm like, okay, someone would be like, why should I move out to go and pay a house that is like way expensive, and
like
I can
more
get...
than half of my salary.
Yeah, like more
for
than
a
half of
house,
my salary, and...
or for a room even, you know. But it's true, like between you at university, most likely you start having a job, but your job is not well paid yet. The prices are expensive.
Yeah.
You not value your parents because you're comfortable with them. So at the end, it gets late and late, and until you're 30 more or less, and you start to settle down.
That's when your eyes start opening.
You don't even question it, yeah.
On to our last point, I'm going to talk about the weather and the siesta. In Spain, the most hottest place is Andalusia. That is the south of Spain, where David comes from. So, when we went to...
We are hot people.
They're as hot as their region. When we went to Andalusia, when we went to Sevilla, guys, I was dying. It was so hot. It was so hot during summer that I was getting so upset out of nothing. Like, I was just getting so upset because it's so hot and there's nothing I can do about it. There is an AC, but still, the moment you step outside, like, there's pool and everything around the house, but it was so hot for me. I wanted to, like, if you've never been to like maybe Qatar or maybe Europe during summer, like the real summer, as what I'm talking about, you will hate yourself.
I would say probably it's the hottest region in Europe. And yeah, so the way, like, as in Qatar is the same during after lunch hours. That is the hottest hours. People don't do anything. That's why in the south is siesta a lot.
Yeah, the siesta. And then about the siesta, oh my god, you know, if you haven't bought something between, usually the siesta they go like after, like around 2-3. People, they close all shops. And when you see people with this how do you call it? Abanico, it's, you know, I was actually a bit shy to use it.
Get one.
Just get one abanico. I was telling Mama, oh my god, Mama, people will be looking at me like, what is she doing with that? But yeah, you need to use it. It's very hot, so everybody, yeah, it's very necessary and very important. Andalucía está caliente como queso de San Jacobo.
Okay guys, so that's the end of the video today. Thank you so much for watching, for the support as always. Remember to like, subscribe, comment and share with your friends. It helps us a lot, and also let us in the comment section below if you would like us to make a part 2 with the most cultural shocking things for me about Kenya.
Yes guys, please keep supporting us. We appreciate. We hope to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Feel free to DM us. We have our Instagram right here. Yes, please follow us, and we love you so much. Thanks for the support. Come back next week for another video. We love you so much. Until next time,
bye.
adios,
Kwaheri.
kwaheri.
See you guys.